Right now on KOCO 5 News at 5, a body found weeks after a local man disappears. Tonight, his family's heartache and why they fear it's him.
Plus, the debate over the center stage is now over. Tonight, see what's in its future for this downtown landmark.
I'm Nicole Killian in Washington. As Congress clamps down on health care, the administration turns to star power to sell the law. Who you could see coming to a screen near you. Next.
You're watching KOCO 5. Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 5 o'clock in high definition.
A busy afternoon for Sky 5 flying over several grass fires.
This one happened near Northeast 164th in Rockwell. KOCO's Kim Passoff joins us now live tonight. And Kim, that fire threatened some homes in the area.
That's right, Paul and Jessica. Look at just how close the flames came to this house. The entire backyard is scorched. Now, the fire started in a field quite a distance away from here, but embers picked up with the wind, landing here in the backyard, setting it on fire. Luckily, some construction workers in the area smelled the smoke and called 911. Firefighters think someone driving along Northwest 164th threw a cigarette out the window because the fire started near the road and then spread to the field. Now, the high winds picked up embers and pushed them over a creek.
Once it jumped that creek into their backyard, we pretty thought all these houses along this line was going to go. There was a little girl here by herself, so we made her get out.
And those construction workers used garden hoses to fight back the flames until firefighters got here. Firefighters tell us that they actually brought double their number of crews that they would normally bring to a fire because the danger is so high at this point. Reporting live in Northwest Oklahoma City, Kim Passoff, KOCO 5 News.
Yeah, just being extra cautious, Kim, thank you. Sky 5 was over yet another fire. This one was near Southeast 89th and I-35. You see the flames there. That fire threatened businesses in that area.
And windy conditions are fueling the grass fire.
Meteorologist Jonathan Condor in now. Jonathan, any relief in sight?
There is some relief later this evening as the winds come down, the temperatures come down, and the humidity comes up. But we still have a window here where the fire danger will be very high. So winds at Will Rogers gusting to 33, but up at War Acres now gusting to 25. There are some stronger winds out to the west, gusting to 36 in Woodward. The highest wind gusts today, 55 miles an hour in Freedom. So we still have a few more hours for the very high fire danger. Our fire warning or red flag warning will expire at 6 p.m. After that, we'll be past the peak of the fire danger, and that fire danger will come down. Looking outside, though, a pretty picture with our Lucky Star cam and concho. Some high clouds making for a beautiful sunset. Temperatures now 55 in Clinton to 61 down in Ardmore. In the metro, we're in the mid-50s right now. Tonight, a few clouds. It'll be dry. It's still breezy into the early evening. Winds will weaken throughout the day tomorrow. Tomorrow will be cooler than today with a high of only 50 degrees. But what about your weekend? That forecast is coming up in a few moments.
Thank you, Jonathan. The mother of a missing man speaks out tonight after a body is found in rural Pottawatomie County.
This is Marshall Dent. He disappeared 2 days before Christmas. KOCO's Naveen Dhaliwal is live tonight with details. Naveen.
Paul, Marshall Dent's family made these flyers to hand out, but since a body was found last night, their hopes of finding him are diminishing. The exhaustion was evident on Pam Lent's face.
Worried, sick, but had a peace of God. So, and I think with all the prayers, that's the only thing that helped me up.
It's been almost 3 weeks since her son, Marshall Dent, disappeared.
It was the 23rd of December. About 4 o'clock. He come by and I was going to give him some Christmas money.
But last night, authorities came to her house to tell her about a body found just north of Shawnee. It was in a shallow grave. Sky 5 was over the scene as detectives searched the wooded area.
I kind of figured it was him. But again, I thought, you know, at least we have a choice to put him where we can see him.
The FBI won't say for sure if the body is Dent, but his mother believes she knows.
I believe he's in heaven. But
So you don't think he's alive?
No.
Why is that?
He would have called by now.
It's got to be so hard. Now, the medical examiner's office will make the official identification, but that could take weeks.
Also tonight, for now, the heated debate over Stage Center is over.
Oklahoma City leaders voted to tear down the iconic building. KOCO's Ariel Reshef has new details.
Love it or hate it, the Stage Center has been a fixture in downtown Oklahoma City for years. But after today's vote, its days may be numbered.
Unique, historic, an eyesore, dangerous. The Stage Center has been called many things, but today, despite impassioned pleas to keep it,
you'll be deciding the fate of one of the 20th century's most important and significant buildings.
What makes Stage Center really valuable architecturally is the overall design.
The Downtown Design Review Committee voted to tear it down.
It is a 3-2 vote.
The owners of Stage Center hailed the decision.
And moving forward with what we've promised to do is to build a world-class corporate headquarters for OG&E.
Plans for the space include a 14 to 16-story tower with retail space, parking, and possibly a hotel or residential complex.
We're certainly excited. Look forward to getting started on the project.
The design committee has made its decision, but now the parties against demolition of this building can decide if they want to appeal. Reporting in downtown Oklahoma City, AIRCHECK2014, KOCO 5 News.
Now, Kestrel Investments, the company that owns Stage Center, says there's no date for demolition, but they do hope to tear down the building and start that project as soon as possible.
11 states, including Oklahoma, declared natural disaster areas today, and the drought is to blame. The USDA says they feel for farmers and ranchers dealing with the lack of rain and snow and assure them that they will stand by them. You can see all the states under that disaster. Well, the declaration means that eligible farmers can qualify for low-interest emergency loans from the Agriculture Department. Today, people in Moore gathered to honor a child who was killed during the May 20th tornado. Christopher Legg died at Plaza Towers Elementary, and KOCO's Rob Hughes was at the emotional event today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christopher.
He's an awesome kid. He was very tall.
Christopher Legg's mom, Danny, says he tried to help fellow students moments before his life was tragically cut short.
That's why he chose to walk down that hall that day and die with a class that wasn't his.
Dozens of people observe what his mom calls Christopher's heavenly birthday. She calls it that because she feels he's still alive in her heart.
He was helping other kids when he passed away.
Christopher's mom had an emergency C-section when he was born. Told the crowd he was hard-headed coming into the world, but was a hero going out.
He was very vibrant and he loved everybody. He helped everybody.
Rob Hughes, KOCO 5 News.
Glad that so many people were able to attend today, but Christopher would have been 10 years old today. The Legg family says they have received a lot of support and prayers from all around the world.
State correction officials say an inmate died at the Oklahoma State Reformatory. The prison is in Granite. The inmate was found Wednesday inside his cell, surrounded in blood. They could not revive him. The inmate's name and a cause of death has not been released.
911, do you have an emergency?
Oh my God! Kid just killed the kid. I don't know, the guy walked in.
Where's the kid that has the gun?
I don't know, he's on the floor right now.
Oh, can you imagine, these are the 911 calls from inside a New Mexico middle school where a student opened fire there. Investigators say the 12-year-old suspect planned that shooting in a handwritten journal. They say the suspect sawed off the handle of a 20-gauge shotgun, that his father bought at Walmart and brought it to school in a duffel bag. 2 students were injured in that shooting. The suspect is charged with 3 counts of aggravated battery as a juvenile. 1 person is dead, 2 others injured during a helicopter accident. Military officials say that helicopter was forced to make a hard landing. It all happened late last night during a training exercise at Hunter Army Airfield in Savannah. Right now, everything is under investigation.
Listen to this. Tonight, accusations of drug use, cheating. It all involves Air Force officers responsible for the launching of U.S. nuclear missiles. 34 officers at Malmstrom Air Force Base there in Montana are off duty tonight. 17 are accused of cheating on recertification tests. They allegedly texted each other answers. Well, the others all failed to report it.
Cheating or tolerating others who cheat runs counter to everything we believe in as a service.
Now, every officer in the Air Force's missile launch program, 600 of them, have to be retested. Healthcare in the line of fire. The House is pressing for answers about that program.
Well, this is as the White House steps up its offensive with some big names. Nicole Killian is in Washington now to explain.
Paul and Jessica, in an effort to reach more young people, the White House solicited the help of 2 former NBA All-Stars to launch a full-court press.
It might sound like magic, but take my word for it.
Magic and morning.
Enroll today so you can stay in the game.
Talking healthcare instead of hoops as part of a new play by the administration.
Having sports icons participate in this effort is, in our view, enormously helpful.
The White House says the ads will air during NBA games soon, but on Capitol Hill.
I'm asking you a question under oath.
There was a different type of must-see TV.
You ought to be fired.
As lawmakers and administration officials sparred in a pair of hearings over the website's glitches.
Why should we believe you now?
The site is working, Congressman, because the site is working. That's why you should believe me now.
And security.
Do you have any reason to believe that consumer information submitted in the system is not secure at this time based on the testing?
No, I do not.
Elsewhere in the House,
those in favor will say aye.
The chamber approved a new measure requiring the administration to disclose its healthcare enrollment numbers on a weekly basis.
This is not just arbitrary data. This information will determine how much premiums will increase next year, whether access to care will become more limited.
They are not talking about transparency or accountability. It is simply another plan to muck up the path to better health for Americans.
Despite some Democrats' objections, more than 30 crossed party lines to support the bill, though it stands little chance in the Senate. In Washington, Nicole Killian, KOCO 5 News.
Thank you, Nicole. Coming up next, soon you could be paying more for streaming services like Netflix. Tonight, when you could see that price hike.
Plus, a consumer alert why a new report says using the Starbucks app on your phone can put your personal information at risk.
Cooler weather moves in for your Friday, but what about the weekend? I'm going to show you when the 60s return in your first alert forecast.
Tonight at 6, OKC ranks in the country's top 5 for worst gang violence. Tonight we go straight to the city police chief, see what kinds of crimes the department is fighting and where.
Plus, on the hunt for a teenager posing as an Oklahoma trooper, how he used a cell phone and a sweatshirt to pull people over. Tonight at 6.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 5 with Jessica Shambach, Paul Folger, and Oklahoma City's most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane. Now, KOCO 5 News continues.
Welcome back, everyone. If you use the Starbucks mobile app, you may need to be on alert. A new report says the app leaves customers' passwords open to attack. The popular app allows Starbucks customers to purchase drinks and food directly from their smartphones. It saves usernames, passwords, and other personal info in plain text, and that means that hackers could easily get that information. So Starbucks officials acknowledge the vulnerability, but they are saying that no customers have claimed to have actually been hacked as a result.
A recent FCC ruling could soon force Netflix and other online-based companies to pay more just to operate. So that means you, the subscriber, could end up paying more. The details are new at 5.
After 22 years in Congress, I can smell which way the wind is blowing.
It's one of President Obama's favorite shows.
And the Golden Globe goes to
Robin Wright, House of Cards.
Robin Wright recently taking home the Golden Globe as its lead actress.
Completely unexpected. I have no speech.
But a landmark decision in federal court this week could mean content like the oh-so-popular Netflix original series House of Cards may cost you a whole lot more. And here's why. Until now, those internet providers like Verizon, AT&T, and Time Warner had to treat everything on the web equally, no matter how much bandwidth it used. So, whether you were streaming your favorite cat videos on YouTube or just checking email, the cost was all the same. But this week's court decision changes that. It says Verizon and many other internet providers can charge a company like Netflix a whole lot more because Netflix is streaming much bigger files like TV shows and movies. Some analysts now estimating Netflix could be charged as much as $75 to $100 million additional dollars. And who do you think may ultimately pay that hefty price?
Everything that the courts are going to decide is going to trickle down to you. It might mean you're paying for internet in an entirely different way.
In a statement, Verizon, who brought the suit, says the decision will allow more room for innovation and consumers will have more choices to determine for themselves how they access and experience the internet. So the experts say it would take at least a year to take effect, but the FCC is expected to appeal that decision.
Breaking right now, grass fires at Kelly and Memorial. Sky 5 showing you the smoke trailing off in this area. Oklahoma City and Edmond firefighters responding to this. You can see it looks like it's right up there on perhaps an apartment complex or a hotel. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a large building that is right next to those flames. We do understand from Oklahoma City and Edmond fire departments that a train may have been setting these fires along this path. You know, we know it's awfully dry out there. We've heard from officials that any little spark can start a fire, and the wind's certainly not helping.
Yeah, that makes such a dangerous situation. And Jonathan, you can see that wind just whipping stuff around.
You have the wind, the dormant vegetation. It is bone dry. The humidity right now is some of the lowest humidity really we've seen in the last week. And the fire danger in the next 7 days will never go to a low category, a moderate category. It's going to stay high or very high. So welcome to fire danger season. It's here to stay. And the wind's probably the biggest component right now. They're gusting to 33 miles an hour at Will Rogers World Airport, 26 up in War Acres. Edmond is at 35. So we're still in this very high realm for fire danger. The winds are a lot stronger in northwestern Oklahoma, gusting into the upper 30s right now. The highest wind gusts today, 55 miles an hour in Freedom. Freedom just about right there. So we're looking for some relief. Notice we still have this wildfire warning or a red flag warning. It's for the counties highlighted in red. That's until 6 o'clock. After that, we should be past the peak of the fire danger for today with the wind slowly coming down, the temperatures going down, the humidity coming up. We'll see some relief, but again, that fire danger will stay with us. Check out the next 5 days here. So tomorrow, fire danger is in the high category, and then we get into the weekend, we'll be somewhere between high and very high, and even into next week, the fire danger still in that high range. It never gets any lower than that. So we'll have to monitor each day. We'll have to track the humidity. We'll have to track the wind gusts. Looking outside with our Lucky Star cam in Clinton, some high-level clouds, but I think what we're seeing here is some blowing dust off to the west as a combination of the strong winds and the drought conditions out west. We just updated current drought conditions on our weather blog. Go to KOCO.com right now. You can see how the drought is now starting to expand into central Oklahoma. That includes Oklahoma City. Not good. Lake Hefner, a little cloudy, a little dusty out there. Check out the humidity. The dew point is a way to measure the humidity. It's at 4 degrees. The relative humidity only at 12%. We have 56 degrees right now. Those winds gusting out of the northwest at 33 miles an hour. Taking a look at temperatures across central Oklahoma. We have a lot of 55s here. Midwest City, Edmond, War Acres. The high today officially 61. Temperatures up north just slightly lower, 52 for Ponca City and for Alva. Lows for tonight will drop on down to below freezing from Oklahoma City places north. Even some lower 20s up north to near freezing down near Ardmore. Then for tomorrow, high temperatures coming in, 40s off to the east. 50 for OKC, and then mid-50s southwest. So we're done with the 60s for tomorrow, but don't worry. Saturday and Sunday, we'll see a warm-up. Saturday, highs in the lower to mid-60s. It will be warmer on your Sunday. Satellite radar view, high-level clouds coming in, few sprinkles up near Grove. The rest of us are dry. We'll stay dry tonight. Look at predictor. Just a few clouds move through. We'll clear out by tomorrow morning. We're sunny most of tomorrow, and we're going to be sunny for the weekend. The overall weather pattern right now, the storm track across the northern plains and the Great Lakes, another little Alberta clipper coming through this weekend will bring snow to Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana. That's a storm track. We just get all the dry flow. So the metro forecast for tonight, we drop down to 27 degrees. Winds will slowly decrease throughout the overnight, but they will still be gusty, wind gusts 25 miles an hour during the overnight. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., 30 degrees, 43 at lunchtime. And then later in the day, the winds will die off. By 5 o'clock northwest, about 10 to 15. And then we're looking for that warm up into the weekend, 62 on Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Then temperatures back in the 50s and 40s for next week. You're up to date with the latest First Alert forecast.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you. Let's get back to these fires. This is along Memorial and Kelly. You can see Sky 5 overhead, and you can see multiple fires, right next to businesses.
Yeah, this is a tough situation they've got. And what we've been told is that these may have been caused by a train. And if you look, these fires go right along the train tracks right there. Let's go over to Chris Lee. And Chris, what can you tell us about these fires? We see your live picture right there.
Yeah, I'm behind some businesses here. I'm off of 15th and between Kelly and 33rd. There's a lot of businesses that back up to the train tracks over here, and as you can see, there's a lot of fire still back here. I don't think it's that close to the businesses themselves. It's really kind of back along railroad tracks, but there are several spot fires, and it's very difficult for the fire department to get back here. They're having trouble getting along the railroad tracks, and it's really not made. Let me show you here. There's another fire burning up to my north, up towards 15th Street. So you can see there's a lot of fire along here, and they're just having trouble getting to it. And as you can see, there's very tall grass and kind of a ditch along here. I'm on the west side, and there's not any fire on this side, but there are no fire trucks over here, and everything's going on over on the other side. Oh, you can see some stuff flaring up now just to my south over towards 33rd Street.
Okay, yeah, we see that. Look at it taking out that power pole right there. Just in an instant, you saw that thing go up in flames right there.
And you can see how windy it is out there. Not a good situation. We have Major Tammy McKinney who joins us now with, I believe, Oklahoma City Fire. Tammy, just give us a rundown on how many fires are burning there along those train tracks.
The only report that I've had is that we have multiple. I don't have the exact number. We do have multiple fires burning along the train track, and then we are in the process. Our dispatch office is in the process of trying to get that train stopped. I'm not sure where we're at with that, but we do have multiple fires burning along this area. If folks are along this train track, if you have businesses, you might want to check outside and just see and call 911 and report them to us so that we know.
Okay, so can you elaborate a little bit? You said we understand that this has been started by a train, and then you said you're trying to get that train stopped. Can you tell us a little bit about how all that?
Initially, what we need to do is get a hold of, as I said, the train track operators and let them know that whatever is on this train it's sparking, or whatever is causing these grass fires to start, if we can get that train shut down and keep this from happening along that train track, at least until the situation, the wind and things calm down, and prevent this in other communities.
And Major, we're watching these live pictures right now from Sky 5. It looks like the flames, the smoke, all burning in the direction of these businesses. I know the winds are blowing everything toward the southeast. As we're watching the smoke trail across, what kinds of things are in the path of these fires right now? We know that's a busy area there. I know there's a lot of car dealerships, but certainly a lot of businesses. Are there homes as well?
From looking at the aerial view of the map, I have a map pulled up. It does run through, there are housing additions around these neighborhoods.